have shaped the history of humanity. Empires rising, nations falling, and leaders deciding the fate of millions. But this isn't the first time the world has experienced moments like these, when the world is engulfed in war. The innocent always pay the price. The question is, are the prophecies coming true? Thousands of years ago, the Bible already spoke of wars. In a region known as the ancient Middle East, some of the most powerful civilizations in history were born. It was a land of contrasts, merciless deserts, trade routes teeming with caravans, and cities protected by massive walls. But it was also a land scarred by war. Powerful empires fought for control of territories, riches, and entire peoples. In the midst of this world of empires and battles, there was a city unlike any other. Jerusalem, a small city, but one that played an extraordinary role in history. And one day, one of the most feared empires of the ancient world marched upon its gates. Sennacherib, king of Assyria. He ruled the most feared empire of his time. And he said, "Which of all the gods of these lands has delivered his land from my hand, that the Lord should deliver Jerusalem from my hand?" Sennacherib's army advanced toward Jerusalem with an unstoppable force. At that time, the king of Jerusalem was Hezekiah, a man known for his trust in God. As the enemy army surrounded the city, soldier brings a letter to King Hezekiah. The message was clear. Jerusalem would be destroyed. The king takes the letter. He walks slowly toward the temple. The king kneels, raises his hands, and begins to pray, saying, "O Lord, incline your ear and hear. Open, O Lord, your eyes and see. Incline, O Lord, your ear and hear. Open, O Lord, your eyes and see." A king arose in Israel, son of Ahaz, heir to a divided kingdom, but called to restore what others had destroyed. And when he took the throne, he removed what was turning the people away from the true God. He was King Hezekiah, a man who feared God. But there was a time when the people trembled. The enemy rose up, and Jerusalem stood on the brink of destruction. Then the prophet Isaiah came, and God answered through his servant, "Thus says the Lord,
for God himself will defend the
he
city.
shall not enter this city." Who was this man? God's anointed one, the one who advised the king, the voice that brought heaven to earth. Jerusalem, many years before his name was known. While other children ran and played, he watched. He was fascinated by the stories. Moses parting the sea, giant waves, splitting before the power of God. Samuel hearing the voice in the night, a divine whisper in the midst of silence. The people walking in the desert, guided by cloud and fire, sustained by faith. Those stories were not just tales to him. He felt them. Alive. The stones were cold, the air different. Everything seemed bigger than him. And then, he felt it. A light soft. It didn't come from the torches. It was different. His eyes began to fill with tears. He didn't understand why. But something inside him was awakening. Slowly, he brought his hand to his chest. His heart was pounding, not out of fear, but from something he had never felt before. It was the presence of God, not visible, but real, so real that his soul recognized it before his mind did. The noise faded away. The world outside ceased to exist, and for the first time, he was not alone. He was just a boy, but there was something in his heart that was not like everyone else's. That day he entered the temple. Over time, something began to burn inside him. Young man. He would go up to the temple. He would sit in silence and watch the smoke of the incense rise toward the sky. The wind moved his robe, and a presence enveloped him. something he couldn't explain. But he knew it was God. Until one day, everything changed. He entered the temple. The place trembled with glory. Isaiah had it. Woe is me! My lips are not pure. Then one of the heavenly beings took a burning coal from the altar and touched his lips, and his guilt was taken away. Then God spoke, "Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" Isaiah, "Here I am. Send me." God speaks through his prophet. Everything pointed to a single truth. There was no human way out. When all seemed lost, that is when the voice of God outweighed every army. It was the darkest night Jerusalem had ever known. The sun had set, but it brought no peace, only darkness. And in the valleys, the sound of war. 185,000 warriors in camp, watching, waiting. Inside the city, silence. Mothers held their children, whispering broken prayers. Men stood paralyzed, staring at walls they knew would not withstand. Fear was no longer outside. It had entered their souls. But what they did not know was that in heaven, the battle had already begun. And it came to pass that night, without thunder, without warning, the angel of the Lord descended. Not as a man, but in power, presence so great, that even the stars seemed to dim before him. He did not come to negotiate. He came to execute judgment. He walked through the camp, silent, certain. And then, judgment fell. It was not a battle. There was no struggle. In a single night, 185,000 fell. Not one more, not one less. And when morning came, silence. Where there had once been an army, only stillness remained. No sword raised, no arrow fired, only the power of God. And Jerusalem wept, but not in fear, but in awe. Behold your God.
Look at your God.
Behold his
Look
power.
at his power.
Holy,
he is
holy,
Jehovah,
holy
the one who
is
saves.
the Lord of hosts.
He is the divine
That
warrior
day,
who
they
fights
saw
for
their
his
deliverer.
people.
And every empire
Luego
learns
vino el
this
consuelo
truth.
allegar.
You may have power,
Él sigue así el
you may have
consuelo
armies,
acelerado.
but if you rise against the Most
Que esta
High,
alegría perdure por
you will
siempre.
fall. What was written long ago is now being fulfilled before our eyes. The world is changing. The signs are increasing. Nations are rising. Threats are growing. And the question remains, can man destroy what God has established? But there is something else. Something hidden beneath the surface of the earth. Nations are not only rising, they are planning, in secret chambers, in the depths below the seas, beneath fleets and warships. Strategies are being formed against Israel. Plans drawn in darkness. Alliances forged in silence. But they forget something. Israel is not alone, because the God of Israel does not sleep. He does not abandon his people. What man conspires in secret, God exposes in the light. What rises against his purpose, he brings down in a moment. No plan, no weapon, no hidden agenda can prevail against what he has chosen to protect. But there is something human eyes cannot see. An invisible covering. Promise that does not break with time. 'Cause when God speaks, history obeys. When he decrees, heaven and earth align. No force, no kingdom, no weapon formed by man can undo what has been established from eternity. Because what God has promised. And you, what do you believe? Do you believe that biblical prophecies are being fulfilled in our time? Subscribe for more prophetic content. Turn on notifications. Share your opinion in the comments.